Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Till such time the concept and the illusion of inside and outside is real, till then the samsara, the worldly problems will never end. Inside and outside. For example, this tissue is inside my pocket. The mic is outside. Mic is inside the room. Shoes are outside the room. Shoes are inside the building. Car is outside the building. Car is inside the premises. PE is outside the premises. In, out, in, out. And this in and out is always possible with reference to some reference point, some line of demarcation. If that line is removed, the illusion of in and out ends. So, what is for us now? The world is outside. And I or the mind is inside. So, when I say, I am telling you, so here we refer to the I as something or someone who is inside. And this world outside, the samsara will continue. Now, who is or what is that because of which this in and out is valid? Only body identification. When we are not identified with the body as in deep sleep, that time we are inside the body or outside the body? We are. We are inside the room or outside the room. We are inside South Africa or outside South Africa. That time we are in 2018 or 1947. That time we are man or woman. All these questions become invalid only by one thing, and that is freedom from body identification. See? So, the world is outside. So, how to deal outside world? We were told 4 factors. Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayam. Yama, interact with the world. Niyama, don't make yourself a problem to yourself. When these 2 things are practiced properly, asana, we will be at peace with ourselves. And then life will not be a struggle. It will not be a struggle. It will be pranayam. It will be at peace. This is the outside spiritual practice. Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama. Inside is the mind's problem. So, inside the spiritual practice, according to yoga, is Dharana, Dhyan, Samadhi. So, mind is inside, Dharana, Dhyan, Samadhi. The world is outside, Yama, Niyam, Asana, Pranayama. Now, inside, outside contact is established through the gateways. Those gateways are our sense organs. So get a complete picture. World is outside, mind or we are inside, and sense organs allow the world to enter us. So what will be the easiest spiritual practice? Control the gateways. See. Now one step further. When we do not know, we do not desire. When we do not desire, we do not act. See, these telemarketing people, what they do? When we don't know, we don't desire, but we have nothing to do. So we start the TV and watch the telemarketing. And there we are told, there is a potato cutting machine. It can cut 5 kilograms of potato in 2 minutes. And all the pieces will be exactly the same size. You don't have to do anything. The MRP is 21,000 rands. But if you dial right now and call on this number, it will cost you 2,100 rand. Oh, 21,000 to 2,100? When you did not know, no problem. The moment you know, why not we order? And you immediately order. And in no time, next day the machine comes. Now the next problem comes. Now how many of you are at home? Only 2. Now these 2 fellows, what will they do with the 5 kilograms of potato cutting? But anyway, the machine has come. So now they have to use it. So they find some excuse and call a good number of people to their house. Such and such function, please come for the lunch or dinner. And in that they will be making something out of their stupid potatoes. And then waiting for people to say, hey, how come all the potatoes are correctly, perfectly cut, but nobody asks? Again frustration. And then they say, how do you like this potato vegetable? It's okay, not okay. See friends, now had we not known that this machine exists, will we ever order? And how did we know? Because the world enters our mind through the sense organs. We see something, we hear something, we smell something, we touch something, we taste something. Through these gateways of the sense organs, the world enters our mind. See friends. Therefore, after we have done Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayam, then we are told Pratyahar. Pratyahar is switch off all your sense organs. See? Now another important thing. Anything or anyone you see only once and don't interact, there will be no impression made on the mind. But you see someone or indulge with something more than once, impressions will be formed. And once those impressions are formed, they become the cause for disturbance in the mind. See? Otherwise, a boy or a girl, how many girls and boys these people see? Thousands of them. Nothing happens. But one dumb boy looks at another dumbo girl and then he starts interacting. Why she has come now only here? Interaction begins. I think there is some God's providence behind this. Interaction continues. In this manner, The simplest way to control is do not react, only act. React means doing it again and again. Don't react. Then what will happen? Our mind will be like the mirror. Mirror does not have any impressions. Mirror reflects everything, rejects nothing, at the same time retains nothing. It is for this purpose we are told practice pratyahar. Do not comment on anything. But we have to comment. That's our formality. Like I go to people's place. Taking food in 365 multiplied by 3 houses is my spiritual practice. So when I go ahead to say, oh, the food is very good. The moment you make this mistake, something is very good, they say, please take some more. Then I had to tell, not that good. Once it is enough. See? Therefore, friends, we have to know these facts. Then we come to the mind. So now we have to control the mind. So what is the meaning of controlling the mind? I told you a glimpse in the morning. Controlling the mind is controlling the mind with reference to time, space and objects. So when we are sitting, fix the mind in one place. Yoga calls it concentration or tratak. I am totally against that. Never practice concentration. Concentration is always on others. You are listening me with concentration. But you are sitting comfortably in your place is not concentration, it is awareness. In concentration, you get tired. In awareness, you are not tired. In concentration, you use mind. In awareness, you transcend the mind. In concentration, you ride the waves of thoughts. In awareness, you don't ride the waves of thoughts. When you ride the waves of thoughts, you go away from yourself. See? Just try right now. That red cloth which is behind me, look at that and experience for yourself. Where are you? Your experience is you have gone away from yourself to that cloth. Now withdraw from there and now look at my beautiful face. You have come relatively closer. Now drop my face, look at your own eyes. You cannot look at your own eyes, but you can be aware of your eyes. In awareness, there are no efforts. In awareness, there is no tiredness. Therefore, don't practice that concentration thing. It is keeping you in the world. Don't concentrate on anything. Be aware. So, with reference to the mind, first, our mind runs in places. So, arrest the running of the mind in different places. So, be aware of one place, any one place. And the best place for anyone effortlessly is one's spiritual heart. Spiritual heart is the sternum point where the floating ribs surrender. I am not talking about the bloody heart. This sternum center, that is the spiritual heart. So you are sitting and you are simply aware of that. Now look at my eyes. I am looking at the camera or looking at you. Look at my eyes. You will see them, they are focused on something or somebody. But now I become aware of my spiritual heart, and now you see the eyes. See the difference? In awareness, you drop your sense organs, your body, your mind. Therefore, don't concentrate. So, we become or try to practice remaining aware of the spiritual heart. Remaining aware of the spiritual heart means the mind is dissolved. At that time, mind is like a mirror. What is a mirror? Mirror reflects everything, rejects nothing, retains nothing. As a result, the mirror is not influenced by anything that is reflected. Exactly the same way, this practice of dharana helps us that our earlier habit of reacting to everything stops. We have cultivated that habit that we have to react. Stop it. Now when we thus become aware of the spiritual heart, you will see the concept of in and out disappears. Because seeing is happening, but seer is not born. Because the seer is inside, seen is outside, seeing is in the center. But when the seeing is happening, but the seer is not born, so the concept of inside, outside is over. As a result, there is no thought formation. Be very attentive. Thereafter, you will not get those problems of tickling in the heart, or tickling in the throat, or tickling in the eye, in between the eyebrows, or something happening on the crown. All those problems will disappear because you are not forcibly doing anything. You are allowing the knowledge, the mind to let go and dissolve. See this garland. These flowers are so beautifully kept. If I forcibly pull these flowers in one direction, the thread is seen, I am pulling it down. They become so concentrated in one place. Exactly the same way. When by force of your insistence, you go on imagining, now my energy is rising, 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 and it has come to the stomach, then to the heart, then to the throat, and then to the... As a result, you may get anything or not. You will definitely get headache. And the notion that I am inside the body is still valid. We have to get out of the body identification. See, friends, so when you sleep, that time you don't concentrate anywhere. Like many of you now. What? It's not your fault, it is my fault. I am anesthetic. In a school, there were students sitting in front and one child was sleeping. So the teacher got angry and told the next student, wake him up, he is sleeping in my class. So the other student said, why should I wake him up? You put him to sleep. Your lecture is so anesthetic that what can we do? See, friend. So first practice is dharana. Dharana is with reference to place. And the best place is no place. Therefore, if your eyes are open, keep the eyes focused to infinite. Don't focus to a particular length. Don't try to focus somewhere. No. Remain infinite. That focusing infinite is what I told you. Focus on or the remain aware of the spiritual heart. Space. Then dhyana is with reference to object. So only one object. Our mind is dancing from one object to another object. We reject all the objects and hold on to one object. Everything in this world is many. Anything you take, they are all many. Words are many, sounds are many, forms are many, objects are many. And therefore the mind keeps on jumping from one object to another object. So find out something which is only one. And what is only one? The silence. So now, first of all, we became aware of the spiritual heart, dharana. Now the next thing, remain aware of the silence. When we remain aware of silence, we go beyond the ears and the mind. Going beyond the ears and the mind means the sound may be heard or may not be heard. It makes no difference to us. Dharana, dhyan, meditation. Then samadhi, the last one. Samadhi is with reference to time. Now put all the things together. Remain aware in one place. Be aware of silence for a longer period of time. So the mind is as if tied down to one place, one object for a longer period of time. This control of mind with reference to time, space and object together is called as Sanyama, perfect control. Perfect control means the mind is available to us whenever we want time, wherever we want space, for whatever length of time we want samadhi. Such a mind is now fully available. Now that mind is now engaged in inquiry. Inquiry is, can I be this body? It cannot be. Because the body is not created by me. The body doesn't listen to me. Even when I am not identified with the body, I continue to exist. So, the body is existing because of me. I am not existing because of the body. Then the next question comes, if I am not the body, then who am I? When I take myself to be the body, this question is redundant. When I take myself to be body, I don't have to ask who am I. I am man, woman, young, old, beautiful, awful. See? But when I accept theoretically also that I cannot be this body, then the question comes, who am I? What is my identity? See, friends, then our scriptures tell, you are the soul in the body. Then Sankhya, Yoga, all religions do not inquire what is the meaning of a soul. It is from here our Gita or Vedanta takes a different dimension. See, is the soul an individuality or is the soul a manifestation? Like man expressing through the limitations of a wife, that limited expression of the unlimited man is called as husband. See, similarly, the infinite reality expressing through the limitations of the Panchakoshas as life, not as a soul. See, friends, life departs, soul doesn't depart because soul doesn't exist. When be attentive, I, the man, with reference to my father, who am I? A son. I, the same man, with reference to my wife, who am I? The husband. I, the same man, with reference to my son, I am a father. Have I become three? I am only one. See? When my father dies, what happens to me, the son? Nothing. Because there is no entity like sun. When my wife dies, what happens to me, the husband? Nothing. Because husband is not something solid. When my son dies, what happens to me, the father? Nothing. But if I as a man die, can the son, the husband and the father live? So what is the reality? These three fellows are the reality, or the man is the reality? Exactly the same way. One absolute conscious blissful existence expressing through the stones and the bricks. Only expression is existence. The same reality expressing through the plant kingdom. Existence plus life. The same reality expressing through the animal kingdom. Existence, life and knowledge. The same reality expressing through the human beings as existence, life, knowledge and bliss. Because of the four types of conditionings, as I have not become three, I continue to be one man. In the same manner, one absolute conscious reality is said to have become many, but it has never become many. This is the ultimate truth. When I left my first wife, then I got married, again became a second husband. So is it the first husband became the second husband, or the man became the second husband? Then third time I became a husband, then the first husband plus second husband is equal to third husband. Think. The more you become deeply involved in this understanding, then we will come to know so many dreams have come and gone, so many dreamers have come and gone, so many good and bad dreams have come and gone. I am the same. So many waking experiences have come and gone, so many wakers have come and gone. I am the same. This unchanging substratum is one and infinite. In the infinite, finite is always imagined, is not real. Like the space is infinite. In this infinite space, we imagine north, east, west, south, etc. Because reference point is relationship between sun and the earth. Go beyond this relationship, which is the east, which is the north, which is the south. Therefore, friends, the ultimate moral of the story is very simple. Na nirodho na chotpatti na baddho na cha sadhakaha na muktaha na mumukshurvai ittesha paramarthata. Nothing is ever created, nothing is ever destroyed, nobody is bound, nobody is liberated, nothing is gained, nothing is lost. It is something like an actor acting on the stage. It appears as if something is really happening, but in fact nothing is happening. In the same manner, so many things have come and gone, no change. The world is as it is. Can we do anything to change and improve the waves? You cannot. Because they are not real. They appear and go, appear and go. So when these waves break, do we condole? Today we will have a condolence meeting at 5 o'clock because so many waves have died since morning. No? So what is the ultimate moral of the story? Don't worry, be happy. Otherwise, whole life, I had to do this, I had to do that, I had to see. And then what we do? We impose our foolishness on others as a social service. Like, many people ask us, Swamiji, why don't you have some schools, colleges, hostels for the girls and all that? We are with you, we will help you. I said, why should I do? I don't want anything. No, 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 no. All the Mahatmas do. I said, then go to them, not to me. But why don't you have the schools? All the Mahatmas start some school. Why don't you start? I said, do you want an answer from me? Listen. Children you produce, school I will run. Am I mad or what? You are children, you suffer. I don't want to get into it. See friends, be attentive. Till such time, any passing thought comes in our mind, I had to do something. You have taken this world as real. See. Then, kurvanneveha karmani jiji visheshadagam sama. Then whatever we are supposed to do in a particular position of our life, do it cheerfully, happily and drop it. So when we do something, we are not obliging anybody. Like I am talking to you, I am not obliging you. You are listening to me. Swamiji, you are wrong. We are not listening. Now if I have that funny notion that because of my talk you will change, I will be the most miserable person in the world. Then what do? I have got a very simple approach. Please don't improve, please don't change, continue to be miserable. So next year when I come, I will have some audience again. See friends, don't take life seriously even 1%. That is the real spirituality. But small little things. It's only because of wrong thinking. Now take one example. We are at the same time both parents and children, is it not? With reference to our parents, we are children. With reference to our children, we are parents. Are we miserable because of our parents? We accept our parents as they are because we have no choice for the parents. We can't choose our parents. Equally so, we cannot choose our children. What kind of child will be born to us, nobody knows. What we create is only a property for renting it out to some tenant. See friends, but then we as parents become so miserable. My son, my daughter, why other people's children are so intelligent? Why my child is failing 10 times? What is the reason? So what can I tell? I tell them, look here, for a chili plant, there cannot be tomatoes. What you tell we don't understand, thank God. Or else you will make my tomato chutney. See friends, the day you take this view of life, life becomes beautiful. Then we don't take anything seriously. Do everything sincerely, perfectly, at the same time. Reserve your freedom to withdraw. Many years before, I was driving in US. And being an Indian, when we see the red light in India, we cross the road. Because like the bulls, when the bull see the red thing, like that. So I crossed the red light and the police stopped. So there you can't get out. You have to remain seated in the car. Then the police comes and asks, show your license and all that. So he said, you have a driving license. How come you have jumped the red light? Why didn't you stop? I said, sir, I have a driving license. I don't have a stopping license. So when I said like that, he also laughed. He said, man, you made my day. Okay, next time don't do like that. I said, thank you, sir, I will not do it again. Now tell me, when we say driving license, that driving also includes stopping of the car also, is it not? Exactly the same way. We have freedom to get involved in this world, but we also must have freedom to withdraw from the world. Our condition is we can drive but we can't stop. Net result, accident. See, with this freedom, live in this world. And that can be only when you don't take anything seriously. Take everything sincerely, but not seriously. Like an actor is very sincere on the stage. He acts as if he is really suffering. So, if he has to cry, he puts his hand somewhere, takes out glycerin and applies to his eyes, and the eyes start tearing, and he is so miserable and all that. We think he is really crying and miserable, but he is not. He is only pretending he is miserable, like we are pretending we are listening. As you are listening to me without any impact on you, exactly the same way, listen to the world. You have learnt everything in today's satsang. We are telling you, you are divine. I am not divine. You don't know me. So you don't listen to me when I say you are divine. If somebody tells you, you are a fool of the highest order, why do you call me fool? Because you are listening to him. See, friends, therefore we told you, do not react. No reactions. So the whole moral of the story is what? God created this world for fun. He did not create all the miseries in this world. In God's creation there are no miseries. In our creation there is nothing but misery. God created a woman. Woman is never miserable. She doesn't make anybody miserable. Out of that one woman, the father created a daughter, a problem for the father. The husband created a wife, a challenge for the husband. Out of the same lady, the son created a mother. Who is miserable? The father is miserable, the husband is miserable, and the son is miserable. In God's creation, no problems. In our creation, nothing but problems. Think. The only way is, don't take anything seriously. And when we don't take anything seriously, we learn the art of remaining in the present. The more we remain in the present, relaxed we are, spontaneous we are, alert we are. See? Quiet, alert and vigilant mind you all have when you are driving. But for a moment, your mind goes somewhere here and there, an accident happens. Exactly the same way, if we remain with this understanding, mind must be quiet, alert that it is not going to sleep, and vigilant, it is not reacting. Three things. So the mind is quiet, not going to sleep, and no impressions are formed. This experience is like that of the mirror. If the reflection is that of a fire in the mirror, the reflection of the fire in the mirror does not burn the mirror. If the reflection is that of the water, the reflection of the water in the mirror does not wet the mirror. In the same manner, we be in this world, but nothing really touches us. Because these are only reflections, not real. Like we are imagining, we are seeing each other, but that is not the truth. The truth is, the light reflected on my body and the things is making an image on your retina through your lens, and that image on the retina is caught by the mind, which is bathing in the light of consciousness. Then the knowledge takes place. You are seeing so and so, such and such. If you do not allow the reflection to be formed on your retina by closing the eyes, you can't see anything, because there is no image. All of us are living only in images. Therefore, when the object is taken away from the eyes, image has gone. There is no loss to the eyes. When more objects are bought, more images are formed. There is no burden to the eyes. Like when we delete the data from the laptop doesn't become light. When we add more data, the laptop doesn't become heavy. It's a virtual reality. It's not actual. The more you reflect on these lines, you will come to know all our worries, our problems is only the height of foolishness that we can scale. And these things which I told you, they will not come from any books. Our day-to-day experiences are our guru, if we are ready to learn from them. See? One or two examples I'll tell you before I close, how our mind changes its approach to the life. Once I was in Australia, and a place where that great reef is there, lot of corals miles together. We had to go deep into the sea, maybe 4 or 5 kilometers. So we went by the boat, then they gave us all those funny things to put on the body, the snookers and everything. And we got into the sea, and we are supposed to float, and then you can see the reeds, beautiful, nice corals and all that. So when I went there, because if you are on the surface of the sea, the waves will keep you buffeting up and down, up and down. So after 2-3 minutes I got frustrated. Come on, I can't do this thing. So I went back, removed everything, gave him. I said, hey, I don't want this, I can't do it. Then how will you see? I said, I'll jump into the sea. He said, okay, jump. And I jumped. And he was frustrated. Hey man, what are you doing? I said, you told me to jump. Then from there I went down deep, maybe about 10-15 feet. I could touch those corals and all that. Be attentive. That time what I discovered? On the surface where there are waves buffeting and troubling, to the same point when you go deep, there are no waves. Apply that subjectively. When we are on the periphery surface of our life, we are buffeted. Go deep within, no waves, no thoughts, no achievement, no failure, no friend, no foe, no joy, no sorrows. Exactly this is what we do every day when we go to sleep. Sleep is diving deep within yourself. When the same thing is achieved while living in this world. Bhagavad Gita describes this. Ya nisha sarva bhutanam tasyam jagrati sayyami yasyam jagrati bhutani sa nisha pashato munehe. The wise person lives in this world with his awareness deep within, although he is functioning outside. But outside things he doesn't take as real. But the ignorant person takes the surface things as real, and he has forgotten the depth. Every experience of our life will start teaching us. Every experience. See? Then the conclusion will be, wherever there is a movement, there is samsara. Stop the movement, no samsara. What moves? The mind. Where the mind moves, time, space and object. When the mind is thus stopped from moving in time, space and object, samsara disappears. As in deep sleep. Mind has no time, no space, no object. Therefore no movement. Non-moving mind is consciousness. Moving consciousness is mind. When we come to know clearly that what we call as waves is essentially the ocean. What we call as ocean is essentially the water. Exactly the same way. What we call the objects are essentially the sense organs. What we call the sense organs are essentially the mind. What we call mind is essentially the life. What we call life is essentially the pure consciousness. Without the sense organs, objects have no existence. Without the mind, sense organs have no existence. Without the life, there cannot be mind. Without the pure consciousness, there cannot be life. Once we come to discover this truth, like the water is not afraid of getting drowned in the ocean, and ocean is not burdened by the upsurge of the waves, and the ocean is not disturbed by the many waves or no waves. In the same manner, this pure conscious existence that we are, these things are just happening. But that happening doesn't disturb us. This is the ultimate truth. And the best part is, it is not created by yoga. It is not created by karma. It is not created by meditation. It is not created by devotion. It is not created by study of scriptures. It is not created. It is uncreated being. And therefore, it cannot be modified. It cannot be destroyed. Don't try to understand. Stand under it. This whole process is like this telescopic antenna. We pull it in a particular sequence, and when we collapse it, it goes exactly in the opposite sequence. In the same manner, from the pure consciousness, first part of the antenna is the life, second part is the mind, third part is the sense organs, fourth part is the objects. Go back, objects into the sense organs into the mind, mind into life, life into consciousness. Like the children eat the bubble gum, bring out the bubble and pull it back. Exactly the same way. The divine is eating the bubble gum. One bubble comes out, I am man, I am Indian. Oh. Again he pulls that bubble in the gone. See the fun. The day you see the fun, life is wonderful. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om.